I have covered a lot of motor racing series in this program, ranging from every generation of touring car to every generation of the World Rally Championship. But if you want sheer popularity, there is nothing beating this one. This is Formula R, a Grand Prix racing series which has some of the fastest, most dangerous racing in the world. But before I get experienced with the world of F1, I have to first get experienced to the speed and ferocity of their cars by starting in the small scale. So I'm at this racetrack here in the heart of the city with an GT car. Well, Super GT to be specific. It's a Japanese racing series 900 horsepower road car, basically, with a massive body kit and a massive rear wing. And this should at least get me used to the speeds, the cornering forces, and the braking forces in these prototype F1 racing machines. It's gonna be interesting. So, let's see what this ETR1 is all. It's very low, the ETR1. I feel like I'm in like a coffin. Only I won't die if I crash, most likely. And we're out proper pit exit. None of that wussy turn your engine off stuff. So, let's see what we've got here. Whoa! That's actually a lot of G. I was expecting this to be more like a supercar, and it's really not. Supercars, they got road tires and normal aerodynamics, but this thing, this is proper racing slicks, and that is very grippy. The acceleration I can handle, but the grip through the corners is just ridiculous. Whoa. But that does also mean some understeer occasionally. If I did that in an open wheeler, I would be dead by now. Oh, this is a lot more than I thought it would be, and I'm already out of the car, going into the next one. I feel like I need more time in this one, if I'm honest, but I wasn't given more time, because I had to jump straight into the next level. Group C. Now, Group C is a racing series of the 24 Hours of Le Mans dating back to the 1990s. That's where this and this S88 is from. And, well, it's even smaller and more claustrophobic than the previous car. Oh, and it has 1,000 horsepower and can go 250 miles an hour, so here we go. What could go wrong with this? Right, exiting the pits, and there we go! My god. Now we're getting into absolutely lunatic levels of acceleration and grip, because this thing weighs, whoa, less than 2,000 pounds, and in the slow speeds, these big old wings and aerodynamics don't really do much. So what I have here is a sub-ton, 1,000 horsepower monster that can go 250 miles an hour. Jesus Christ. This is some speed. Whoa, that's flat out through that corner. Then we get still flat out, and hard on the brakes and chuck it in. Yes. Yes. Oh, I mean calling in the pits. I need more time. And now, with my being done, it was time to head to another racetrack, a Class 1 racetrack, where the open wheelers aren't actually permitted to be used. And the car I'll be using was quite special. This is a legend. This is the one, the only, Progen PR4. Oh ho 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 ho. I am sitting in a very special piece of machinery. I might need a minute. This is the actual 1988 Progen PR4, and I'm revving it. Here we go! Oh. Stalled it. That's kind of killing the moment. Let's try this again. There we go, yes. But when I was driving it around the track, it wasn't initially what I had expected. These things require so much on perfect temperatures for every considerable measure. I have to weave back and forth to get some heat in the tires so I don't die. That is very ominous. This is not how I expected on driving this car, I'll be honest. And then, I was given permission to open the taps. Oh! Good God, wait! Holy crap, the grip, the acceleration, the braking, it's... This is frightening. Whoa, that just darts in. That's 120, 130, 140, I'm missing the apex. Oh, I'm running wide, that's a wall. Many fires are spinning. Oh, Christ, whoa. This thing has 650 horsepower. But it weighs less than 1,800 pounds! Good God, that's a missed apex. That's actually, I hit the apex on that one. No, that's a missed apex. I can't think fast enough to turn into these, get these lines. And that puts you all out of position, and that means you have no grip in the high speeds. It's terrifying. That's off the track again. Ugh. No. Oh, crap. I've done the bad. Come on, rev it up, there we go. We're free. But eventually, after a few laps and a change of tires, I started to get used to it. Now when I say I started to get used to it, that's wrong. Because I'm starting to understand it. This is still a terrifying death machine, but I'm starting to understand the fury. I'm starting to understand why this was so good at its time. It's got clever technology, it's got brake cooling ducts on all four corners. It's incredibly technical. In fact, in 1988, it won 15 out of the 16 Grand Prix it contested, a 91% win ratio, unbeaten to this day. And that, I can feel that success. I can feel it. It has fancy electronic stability control that was revolutionary at the time, which means I can actually somewhat drive this thing without completely killing myself. Oh, I still miss apexes like that, but this thing is fantastic. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh, but that was just a warm-up for the car that I'm gonna drive next. I'm really here for this. The Ocelot P88. It has a naturally aspirated V10 making 1,500 horsepower. It weighs less than 2,000 pounds, and most importantly of all, it revolutionized the curve system, or kinetic energy recovery. Every time you brake, it recovers energy in this car. That's standard on most cars to this day, most hypercars, but on this, in the 90s, it was witchcraft. And now I get to fire up this Kerr's Legend, the last of a generation. And I get to race it around a track. Let's rev it up. Right. Now I'm not driving with the Kerr system just yet, but I don't need to, because this thing is amazing. I'm almost at the exit. I can't get there fast enough. Let me drive. Come on, let me drive. Almost there, almost there. There we go. We're out and hit the gas. Oh my god. That is just brutal acceleration. Absolutely brutal. Let's just say I'm glad I drove the PR4 first, because this thing, whoa, is absolute lunatic. It has a better power-to-weight ratio than any other car ever made in history. 1,500 horsepower, 1,900 pounds. That is insane. Whoa. And unlike the Progen, it has no electronic aids at all. It's just me and my feet and an engine. And that means, whoa, it is a scary thing to drive. It's like being mauled by a tiger. And sketchy, and there's just so much grip. But you have, oh no. I was literally just about to say, you have to be so precise with your throttle, otherwise it does that. And then, I got news from the pits. I have been given permission to use the Kerr system. So, here we go, just push this button. Oh! And that gives me an extra 150 horsepower. Oh my god. The technology of the Kerr system was so good, it got banned the following year. This is absolutely breathtaking. I love this thing very much. Everything else on Earth feels slow now. Everything feels so painfully slow. This car is the best car I've ever driven. And what's ironic is it never won a championship, it only won a handful of races, and yet it's one of Ocelot's most important vehicles, and it's what this entire episode has been building up to. All my training has been building up to driving this car. It's scary, it's nervous, it's twitchy, it's raw. And I love it all the more for that. It's the most engaging driving experience you will ever have. Without training, you will die. And by God, is it brilliant.